So in thinking about the issue of H-1B recapture, a couple of issues come to mind. First of all, just understand that H-1B recapture refers to recapturing or adding the number of days to the end of your permitted stay under your H-1B visa according to the number of 24-hour or more days that you spent outside of the United States. So where you have, for example, if one is in, let's say, working in San Diego and they take a day trip into Mexico to hang out at the beach, and they leave in the morning and they come back in the evening, that would probably be a 12 or 14-hour trip. That would result in 0 days recaptured because one did not spend more than 24 hours outside of the United States. So the first issue you got to understand is your time outside of the United States must be more than 24 hours in order to count those days toward an H-1B recapture. And note that these days are added to the end of your H-1B period. So this becomes particularly important for those who are seeking to renew their H-1B visa and are concerned about the lengthy wait time in the permanent labor certification process in order to have an I-140 approved such that they could continuously renew their H-1B. So we're seeing in the recent period that the perm labor certification process is taking a very, very long time. And this is unfortunately getting worse and worse by the day. Therefore, if you are in a situation where the date for your renewal of your H-1B is within sight and you're looking into and starting to count the number of days that you have available for H-1B recapture, you should also look at whether there are any self-petition options available for you to acquire the I-140. Because if you're solely dependent on that employer acquiring the perm, there are many things that could go wrong during that process. In fact, it could be the case that the employer has layoffs occur during the course of your Department of Labor certification process. And if those layoffs, even if it doesn't impact you directly, if those layoffs are somehow in the same kind of position or occupation that you hold, the Department of Labor may actually deny your perm application because the employer does not necessarily qualify. So it's really, really important. And one other thing to note, there are several companies out there, very, very large employers, and I'm not gonna name them, very, very large employers who are actually not able to file for perm right now because of disputes between those companies and the Department of Labor. So there are many reasons why you might want to consider thinking about a self-petition to take matters in your own hands as the end period of your H-1B is coming into sight. So first of all, consider the recapture, the number of recapture days that you have, collect the documentation to prove the number of days that you spent that are more than 24 hours outside of the United States. And also, if you're waiting on a perm employer-sponsored I-140, it's also a very, very smart move to think about the self-petition options that you might have and that could help you in your situation out.